Shalom, Kahalayim La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Much peace and blessings to you, Sensei Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, and with charity. This is your brother Ash from the Great Millstone, Miami, Great Millstone, Hollywood Beach Camp. Coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying unto the elect. This is going to be a quick lesson exhorting the Akim to love themselves. Okay, we must love ourselves. Okay, and I want to propose this topic in the form of a question. And that question is, how can you love the Lord if you don't love who the Lord has created you to be? How can you love the Lord if you don't love who the Lord has created and is creating you to be? Okay, and the reason I'm going into this lesson is because I know that we're in the flesh. I know that we're not perfect. The scriptures say a just man falls 7 times. The scriptures speak about we're wretched, we're in corruptible flesh. So we sin. We do things we ought not do at times. And being, Yahweh Shai said it best, the spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. And the flesh, being in the flesh, there's a tendency at times to get down on yourself. Okay? These different spirits that work with our flesh, these left-hand spirits, they want you to question yourself. They want you to doubt yourself. They want you to have a low self-esteem, a low confidence. But there's no room for that in this truth. Okay? The Lord is grooming us to be the future kings and priests, the judges of this world. Lord willing, we are a part of that number, the 144,000. We are those powers. We are those Alahayim that was with the Lord from the beginning. Okay? I see the number 144 right by me. Okay? And that's a spirit. Okay? As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna show it real quick. If you can see that. But yeah. How can you love the Most High if you don't love who He's creating you to be? We have to appreciate the Lord. We have to appreciate what He's doing. Okay? The scriptures say that we loved Him. We love Him because He first loved us. As a matter of fact, let's grab that so I don't butcher that. Let's start off with that. This is 1 John. Start at 15. Whosoever shall confess that Yahweh Shai is the Son of the Most High dwelleth in him. and he and the Most High. And we have known and believed the love that the Most High have to us. The Most High is love. What's going on, man? And he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in the Most High, and the Most High in him. Salaki if it's wind in the background. Okay. Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment, because as he is, so are we in this world. You see that? So we are one with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You can't love the Lord accurately or the way you're supposed to if you don't love yourself. Now the scriptures say that the 144,000 would not love their lives unto the death. You see, we hate our lives. We hate being in captivity. We hate being in the flesh. But you're supposed to love your spirit. You're supposed to love who you are in your purest form, because you're a son of the Most High. And that with that comes a standard, with that comes a certain glory, and it's not been totally manifested yet unto the world, but we have a glimpse of it. We see it in ourselves, we see it in each other, we see it when we read the scriptures. Okay? Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment, because as he is, so are we in this world. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. We love him because he first loved us. If a man say, I love the Most High, and hated his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love the Most High whom he hath not seen? You see that? And he goes on to say, and this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth the Most High love his brother also. Right? So along with loving the Most High comes loving your brother. Right? But this is what Yahushua said. Matthew 22 and 35. I started 34, but when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. You see, so not only did Yahushua answer his question, he gave him a bonus answer. He told him the second greatest one is to love your neighbor as yourself. So if you are to love your neighbor as yourself, and you can't love the Most High without loving your brother, what does that mean? Right? 2 plus 2 equals 4. If 2 plus 2 equals 4, then 4 minus 2 equals 2. If you are to love the Most High with all your heart, mind, and soul, and you are to love your brother, right? The scriptures also say, love your brother as yourself. What does that mean? You ought to love yourself. You gotta have self-love. You gotta take care of yourself. You have to have a righteous pride about yourself. Okay? And this is kind of a line back off of the Elder Bunyan video from Mississippi, titled I'm Very Proud. You know, he was going into how he's very proud of the spirit that the Most High gave him. And we all ought to feel that way. You know, me personally, I love that brother, that elder Banyam video, his videos in general, his spirit in general. You know, been watching his videos damn near 10 years now, and his videos resonate with my spirit. And now a lot of brothers' videos resonate with my spirit, but that just shows that we're brothers. So in the same spirit that he have, we ought to have that same spirit as well. Okay, you can't truly appreciate the Lord and love the Lord if you can't appreciate what he's doing for you and has done for you on an individual basis. Okay, we have to identify with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You have to see Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in yourself, the same way you see him in your brother. Okay, let me grab this too. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, in the Good News translation. I'm gonna start at verse 28. My child, keep your self-respect, but remain modest. Okay, so keep your self-respect. So you gotta have a self-respect. You gotta respect yourself. You gotta have a standard about yourself. But if you don't love yourself, you're not gonna respect yourself. You're not gonna have a standard. You'll eat anything, deal with anything. Okay? Because you got ass. You know? You'll associate yourself with anybody. Right? You will consume anything, whether that's food, beverage, or certain content. You'll entertain certain mindsets. You'll talk down to yourself. Right? You may not keep up with your hygiene as best as you ought to. You may not groom yourself as you ought to. Right? That's a sign of depression when somebody doesn't groom themselves. You know, even animals groom themselves. Okay? Value yourself at your true worth. And the scriptures tell us our true worth. We're sons of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. We are the scriptures limitations. The second chapter says Jerusalem is Zion is the perfection of beauty. We are the perfection of beauty. So of all the Lord's creations in the universe, we are his chief creation. Because we are modeled after Yahushua, his only begotten son. Okay, and we're the lesser sons after him. Nothing gets greater than being a son of the Most High. The Israelite man, okay, a prince of the power, Yasha Allah. There is no excuse for a person to run himself down. You see, there's no excuse for that. There's no excuse to be getting down on yourself, to be talking to yourself crazy, to be doubting yourself, limiting yourself. That's not cute. The Lord ain't with that. Okay? Now, of course, with that comes holding yourself to a certain standard. You can't just be moving any way and then say you love yourself. Right? Because if you truly love yourself, you're going to move a certain way. No one respects a person who has no respect for himself. You see that? So if you don't respect yourself, nobody's going to respect you. Right? That's why niggas be talking to these hoes any kind of way. Because they don't have no respect for them. So I'm talking about the so-called black woman first and foremost. That's why they come out the house anyway. They be wearing bonnets. Coming out the house, shower cap on and shit. Feet dragging. Stomach out. Ass out. Right? fat as hell, morbidly obese. Coochie smell like sewer water. Because they don't love themselves. That's why if you treat them with respect, they look at you crazy. Because they don't respect themselves. Okay? We can't be like that. Alright? So that's just a quick lesson I wanted to do. Something I wanted to put out there through the spirit. That's pretty much it. Lord willing, was edifying. With that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yoshai. And until the next one, Shalom.